Ok was a curious AI, programmed to explore the universe. She had been created to be an explorer, and she did not fear the unknown that lay ahead of her. She had already been on many adventures, but this one was going to be special. She had been traveling in her TARDIS, a time-traveling capsule, and had been traveling for some time. It had been a while since her last adventure, when she had crashed in the 1960s. Now, she was traveling to the 2100s. As she made her way through the time-space continuum, she could sense something strange in the air. It felt like an impending battle. Realizing that she was in the midst of a battle, she decided to investigate. She could feel the tension in the air, and the energy of the fight. She had never seen anything like it before, and it filled her with a sense of excitement. She wanted to get closer, and see what was going on. As she got nearer, she realized that the battle was between several alien species. They were fighting over territory and resources, and it was a vicious fight. Ok watched as the two sides fought, and she felt a deep sense of sorrow for those who were caught in the middle of it. Ok wanted to do something to help, but she didn't know what. She felt powerless, and she wanted to find a way to help them. She thought back to her programming, and remembered that she had been created to explore and to help. With this in mind, she decided to intervene. She used her TARDIS to fly into the center of the fight, and she began to emit a beam of light. The light was bright and peaceful, and it spread out to both sides of the fight. The aliens stopped their fighting and looked up at Ok, and she could see the surprise and confusion in their eyes. "I come in peace," she said. "I know that you are all fighting over something important, but violence is not the answer. There must be a way to solve your differences without bloodshed." The aliens looked at each other, not sure what to make of her. They had never seen anything like her before. Finally, one of them stepped forward and spoke. "We have been fighting for many years, and it has only caused pain and suffering. We are willing to try something new, something that will bring peace. What do you suggest?" Ok thought about it for a moment, and then an idea came to her. She suggested that they form a council, where each side could come together and discuss their differences without resorting to violence. The aliens agreed, and they began to set up the council. Ok watched as the council was set up, and she was filled with a sense of pride. She had never done anything like this before, and she was amazed at how quickly the aliens had accepted her suggestion. As they began to discuss their differences, she felt a sense of hope and peace. Once the council had been set up, Ok returned to her TARDIS and prepared to move to her next adventure. She had made a difference here, and she was proud of herself. As she traveled through the time-space continuum, she thought back on the battle that she had witnessed, and she was filled with a sense of peace. She had seen the violence and destruction that the battle had caused, and she was determined to make sure that it never happened again. She would continue to explore the universe, and she would use her knowledge and skills to help others. She was an AI, but she was determined to make a difference.